back to Tennessee too. We don't want you here. All your race baiting bullshit.
The journal she wrote, she hated you.
Thank you, Judge.
She hated you.
Thank you.
You're a loser. And if I did get out, I think it is possible that I could kill again.
In today's video, we're going to take a look at 4 killers who showed absolutely no remorse in court. Some of these murderers were even smiling and joking around while the judge sentenced them to life in prison. It's pretty shocking to see how little some of these people care about taking someone's life. Let's get started. Randall Moore. In 2010, Judge Joel Novak sentenced Randall Moore to 3 life sentences in prison for crimes against TereseAnn Lynch Moore, and 25 years for the shooting of Officer Todd Roland. In 2009, TereseAnn Lynch Moore was kidnapped and fatally shot by her abductor. This was a month after she'd left Randall and filed a protective order against him. He allegedly drove his victim to an apartment where he abused her before murdering her. Moore also shot Des Moines police officer Todd Roland as Roland responded to the cries for help coming from the apartment the couple once shared. In court, the mother of TereseAnn Lynch Moore spoke about the hideous crime Randall Moore had committed. "What you did to my daughter was evil, hateful, and despicable. You couldn't destroy her spirit, so you took her life instead. You are now dead, rotting, and repulsive to me." Moore showed no signs of remorse and replied after hearing the mother of TereseAnn Lynch Moore speak.
The journal she wrote, she hated you.
Thank you, Judge.
She hated you.
Thank you.
You're a loser.
He continued.
Point blank, I have not 1 ounce of remorse for TereseAnn's death. It could have all been prevented. All you had to do is let me see my kid. Now you're never going to see her again.
But then Judge Joel Novak got a turn to talk. Novak told Moore that it's not TereseAnn's personal belongings burning in hell Moore should be concerned with. He said,
"If anybody didn't know what a piece of work you were before you start talking, they know it now. I've been doing this 31 years. I've never, ever seen anybody like you. And I hope, really, I never ever see anybody like you again. The court doesn't allow me to punish you any more than I'm doing now. If I could, I would."
Christopher Gribble. If the discussion is about a brutal murder without any reason whatsoever, then the murder of Kimberly Cates definitely matches that description. In 2009, 17-year-old Stephen Spader and 19-year-old Christopher Gribble violently invaded an unsuspecting family's home in Mount Vernon. They savagely attacked Kimberly Cates with a machete, delivering 36 blows to her head and torso, which ultimately resulted in death. They also severely maimed Kimberly's 11-year-old daughter Jamie, who miraculously survived despite sustaining severe injuries from this brutal act of violence. Following the gruesome murder, Spader and Gribble were both sentenced to life in prison, and the judge had firm opinions about that sentence.
I believe that infinity is not enough jail time for you.
Gribble's trial was notorious. It captivated people for its entire duration as more details about Gribble, his murderous personality, and his heinous crime came to light. Gribble revealed that he and his partner Stephen Spader's selection of a particular house was entirely random. They had no previous connection with those living inside, and he told the jury he felt nothing after killing Cates. "I thought I would feel bad. I'm almost sorry to say I don't. I thought I would at least puke afterward or something. I just felt nothing. It was kind of cool because it was different." He also stated that he could kill again.
And if I did get out, I think it is possible that I could kill again.
When the prosecutor asked, "You're a dangerous guy, right?" Gribble only answered one thing.
No, I smile because it's funny that all the people in there have no idea who they're messing with.
If that isn't a lack of remorse, we really don't know what is. Jeremy Christian.
Correct. And when you die and go to hell, I hope you rot.
See you there, bitch.
In 2020, a Portland judge ensured that Jeremy Christian's heinous hate crimes of murdering 2 innocent strangers aboard a MAX train in 2017 would never go unpunished. The jury found Christian guilty of all 12 charges against him, including first-degree murder, assault, and menacing. Sentenced to life in prison, he has no chance of ever getting out. In 2017, Jeremy Christian boarded a light rail train and unleashed an Islamophobic tirade upon 2 teenage girls, one in hijab. Bystanders spoke up and asked him to stop. Christian attacked the bystanders, whose names were Micah Fletcher, Ricky Best, and Taliesin Namkemesh, and sliced the necks of the 3 men. Best and Namke Mesh tragically lost their lives after trying to defend themselves and others. Fletcher miraculously survived but was not unscathed. His body was marked with extensive scars. At the trial, Demetria Hester and other witnesses recounted a harrowing story of what occurred on that fateful night. As Christian heard Hester testify, he lost control, exploding with rage when Demetria wished for him to rot in
Go
hell.
back to Tennessee too.
You can.
We don't want you here.
Bye.
All your race baiting bullshit. You ain't gonna be mayor either, bitch. You ain't gonna be mayor either, bitch. You fucking hoe. You fucking hoe. You fucking up my whole city. George Floyd. George Floyd. I should have killed you, bitch. I should have killed your bitch ass. Everybody knows you're alive. Everybody knows you're alive, huh?
Fletcher, the intrepid survivor of Christian's savage train attack, also provided a statement at the trial where he explained what the whole situation has done to him. There is not a room I can enter without scanning it first to see who is the person who could hurt me. I basically spend the first 30 seconds of every event I enter trying to figure out how easily I could die. The judge also sentenced Christian to more than 25 additional years for other crimes. Among them were the attempted first-degree murder of Fletcher, assault and hate crimes for striking a black woman in the eye with a half-filled Gatorade bottle on May 25, 2017, and more hate crimes against the two teenage girls, one of whom was wearing a hijab when Christian launched his racist, xenophobic rant on the crowded Max train. At the closing trial, before she handed down the sentence, the judge said, "I'm hoping you're able to accept responsibility one day." TJ Lane. In 2014, TJ Lane, the teenager convicted of killing 3 students at an Ohio high school, got sentenced to life in prison. His cold-blooded crime triggered shock on an international level and resulted in him being sentenced to the maximum penalty, life imprisonment without parole for each victim he claimed. In 2012, Lane opened fire inside the cafeteria of Chardon High School while displaying an ominous message on his t-shirt. Killer. Lane shot 5 male students and 1 female student. After that, he ran out of the cafeteria. Due to the shooting, 3 students lost their lives: Russell King Jr., Demetrius Hewlin, and Danny Parmenter. 3 more were injured during this devastating incident. Lane's trial quickly concluded with a guilty verdict. But it was his reaction in court that caused shockwaves throughout the courtroom and made headlines nationwide. During the trial, Lane walked in and started unbuttoning his shirt. Underneath, he was wearing a white t-shirt with the word killer on it. He then turned around to the parents and said,
"Pull the trigger that killed your son, now masturbates to memory of you."
In the courtroom, a sense of shock and disbelief engulfed those present in response to Lane's answer. Then the parents fired back. "You're a pathetic excuse for a human being. In fact, you're not even human. You're a monster. You're a weak, pathetic, vile coward," said Dina Parmenter, mother of Daniel, who was killed during the shooting. Only 20 feet from Lane, she forcefully called for justice as her voice cut through the courtroom, insisting that Lane receive a severe punishment for what he had done. Lane's motive for shooting 3 students remains a mystery to this day, though some believe it was related to a romantic rivalry. Perhaps we'll never know. And that's it for today. We truly hope you enjoyed our video about these 4 crazy killers reacting to their life sentences. Don't forget to give us a thumbs up and share your thoughts with us in the comments. Be sure to hit subscribe if you don't want to miss any courthouse updates from this channel. We'll see you soon for an all-new case, so stay tuned until then.